Happy VA Wednesday. So today I'm going to clear up one of the biggest VA myths that I hear far too much. So I want to make sure you guys tell your real estate agents, tell your friends, if you ever hear them saying this myth, debunk it, okay? So what is this myth? The myth is that VA inspects the house for you. They don't, okay? Sometimes I had this happen with two real estate agents recently. One's like, okay, well, VA sends out the inspector, right? I'm like, no, we order an appraisal through VA. VA assigns the appraiser and the appraiser goes out. It's the appraiser's job to make sure that the house is worth what you're paying for it. They do this by looking at comparable sales, okay? Now someone's gonna go, well, VA appraiser ruined my deal. Okay, so what would a VA appraiser see that might make it so people think they're an inspector, but they're really not? It's the same stuff a conventional appraiser would see, health and safety issues. So if you're buying a 1920 house and there's peeling paint on the outside, that's going to get called out, whether it's a conventional appraisal or a VA appraiser, because it could be lead paint. Also, a house with chipping paint is in below average condition. So a normal part of any type of appraisal for any loan is that the house has to be in average or better condition. That's what the VA appraiser is looking at. Is the house in average or better condition? Now, health and safety. What are some other example of health and safety issues that might come up? Railings, that's a big one. If you have a house where, let's say there's like, you have a deck, okay? You have a deck off the house and there's a 12-foot drop and there's no railings. Yeah, you should have a railing. Like, that's just dangerous. I don't know why you're being crazy. I don't know why that former seller's crazy. If I had a deck 12 foot off the floor, I'd have a railing. Who doesn't have a railing? That's a health and safety issue, because if you stumble off that deck, you're going to break your neck, okay? Or your toe or your hand or your beer hand. I don't know. It's not going to be pretty. So yeah, a VA appraiser would call that out. So it's stuff like that where like this myth is from, but they're not inspectors. And I say this for two reasons. Sometimes people don't order a home inspection, which is something your real estate agent can talk to, because they think VA is inspecting the house. VA is not inspecting the house, guys. They're doing an appraisal. Part of the normal appraisal process is to call out if something's in below average condition or if there's a health and safety. That's it. They are not checking to make sure there's no leaks under the sink. They're not checking to make sure, all the stuff that a home inspector would. So if you're buying a house with VA, please, and it's not a requirement, but please get a home inspection, guys. Whenever you're buying a house, you should get a home inspection. Don't send it to me, okay? The key with the lender is only send us what we ask for. Now, what does VA require that other loans do not? For the bulk of the United States, we do require a pest report. And when I say we, I mean the lender. I am not VA. Okay, any lender saying they are an instrument of VA is full of shit, okay? A lender who does VA loans, a VA loan requirement in most parts of the country is that we need a clear pest report. Now, does the lender order the pest report? No. Is the appraiser going to do the pest report? No. You need to order the pest report, also known as the WDIR, Wood Destroying Insect Report. You guys need to order that, or the seller does, and then you give it to the lender. I want that. Okay, and it needs to be clear. If there's wood-boring beetles eating the house, that's a hell no. That's going to have to be fixed before close. If the deck is covered in dry rot and you're going to fall through it, that's a hell no, and it's going to have to be fixed prior to close. So it's important that you guys know from all of this that VA is not doing an inspection on the house. You have an appraiser doing their job, and in most parts of the country, you're going to need a termite report. Now, if you're like, Jen, do I need a termite report? Shoot me a text, okay? My phone number, it's everywhere. It was really funny. I have a new gal on my team, and she's like, Jen, someone was asking for your number to see, like, if you call them, do you want me to give that out? And she was so cute because she's like, if they started to be a nuisance, you could block them. I'm like, You guys will talk to her. She's great, Dee Dee. I'm like, Dee Dee, my phone number's like on bathroom walls. It's everywhere. Like you guys have been so awesome. I haven't had anything weird. So, anyways, sorry, diversion. 707-478-0637. Shoot me a text and say, please send me the Meet Jen VA sheet. Okay, and your email address. Because I have a sheet that goes out to real estate agents that's like, it's a brag sheet, let's not pretend, but it's really just so they know they get their paycheck. It's like, here's all the, awards, but literally, like, a real estate agent knowing you can close 500 deals or 600 deals in a year tells them they're going to get their paycheck, which is what they're concerned about the most usually. So it has that, but then it also has all the states that you need a termite, the states you don't need a termite. There's certain states where in certain counties you don't need it, in other counties you do. It has all the links. It has lots of good stuff in it. So shoot me a text if you're unsure. But I just wanted to do a quick video for you guys because this is one of those big VA myths that make it so that people don't accept VA offers. So the more education, the more you guys tell your friends tell your friends, everyone tells the real estate agents, there's no VA inspector. It's just an appraiser that goes out. They're not an inspector. The more, I don't want to say more easy, that's terrible. The easier it will be to get offers accepted. And look, right now, it's not hard getting offers accepted. Like, I'm not seeing any pushback on VA. 2021, we saw some that was kind of ridiculous, but this year it's been a lot different. The more education, the more we all talk, the better. So is VA going to inspect that property for you? No, they don't. So you need to do inspections so you don't buy a money pit. As always, I'm licensed in 48 states. I would love to help with your VA loan. My team would. If you have questions, get on the calendar, guys. We have a VA link. You can literally get on the calendar almost every single day, not the weekend, obviously. Although I'm opening that up. I'm opening that up in about 6 months. And we'll answer your questions. We do this for free. We want you guys to be educated and empowered. So I hope this video was helpful.